Good evening, good evening. Good evening, Lauren Harris. Good evening, Akuchi. Welcome, guys. What's up, Justin? Happy Thursday evening. Getting everybody hopped on here, getting this shared out. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome, Maria. Thanks for joining. Just sharing this out a little bit, and then we'll get going. If you want, invite your friends in. If this is the first time watching, this is Nighttime Studies with Nick, where every night I will read a chapter out of a book. This evening, well, obviously I'm still in 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. We are on chapter 7. This is episode number 8. I am also uploading these to my YouTube channel, which I will drop the link in so that way you can catch up and you don't have to go scroll through my timeline to see all of my lives. Welcome, Barbara Pryor. Good to have you here tonight. Feel free to share this out, guys. And I'm going to be honest, this weekend's going to be a challenge for me. I'm still going to do these shows. But I have my 5 children by myself, so tomorrow night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, there's a good chance you'll be hearing my kids in the background. So we'll see. What's up, Frank Sagasta? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. 6 months to six figures, Peter Voogd. I keep saying Vogue, it just comes off my tongue naturally. It's actually Voog. What's up, Frank? Thanks for stopping in, brother. If you guys don't follow Frank Sagasta, go check out his page. The guy's motivating as heck. I was going to say hell, but I'm trying to keep it clean. What's up, Deborah? What is up? By the way, guys, I do, after I read this chapter, each chapter night, I do pull a guest on to come in and chop it up with me. And so that's a good chance for whoever wants to hop on and talk with me. We could talk about the chapter, or I kind of let you talk about whatever comes to mind. But you're welcome, sir. Yeah, I really, one more time, please share this out, guys. I know a lot of people are enjoying this, and I do have a plan to get Peter Voogd, the author of this book, on the live with me near the end of the book. It's kind of cool. I've kind of shared this in other lives, but how I got this book, I didn't go out and buy this book, right? One of my mentors, Rich Thames, and the other one, Katie Pierman, they're part of his program. And so I popped in, watched one of his webinars, and, I just made a comment, and he read the comment. And then later on, I get tagged by Peter in a Facebook post saying I want his book, signed copy of his book. So, and it got here 2 days later after I gave him my address, 2 days later. And so I was thinking to myself, right, because I knew I'd want to do a Facebook Live show, because Peter, I'll be honest, Peter kind of inspired this. I wanted to do my own Facebook Live show, and every night, because it's one of my comfort zone things. I want to be a speaker. Like I have my dreams and my goals, right? And I want to get out in front of people. But it's also has always been one of my biggest fears. Like I get really nervous. Like I had to talk in my sales office, and I had my notes and my piece of paper, and I would shake. But it's something I want to do, right? But I still get nerves. And I'd go to my piece of paper, and then I'd drop it, and then just go from the heart. But it was a good time. But the whole point of this is to kind of help me grow in that role. Also bring value to you guys, and connect with a lot of people. It's been really fun. But when I got this book, I was thinking, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read a chapter every night. Anyway, I'm going to work. I've been doing that with my other books. Why not just hit the live button and have whoever wants to join me while I'm reading, they can join me. And so that's what inspired me to do this. Thank you, Frank. I truly, that means a lot coming from you. I appreciate it. Hey, Susan Day, welcome. Yeah, the book is available. If you go to Amazon, you can purchase the book, absolutely. The next book I'll be reading is Charles Stecker's book. It should be arriving here shortly, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited to support Charles and what his message is. So that's going to be really great. And then I'm also going to have Charles, and we're going to interview him as well. Welcome, Jocelyn, I think it is. But I I messaged Peter today, and he did get back to me, and he said, let me know when we're near the end of the book, and we'll get something worked out. So I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to bring Peter to you guys on live. So I think I'm getting really excited about that. And so keep tuning in, keep sharing it, keep sharing the love, keep it coming, because it's going to help me bring you guys Peter Voogd. So with that being said, we are going to move on to chapter 7. It's kind of a little bit of a longer read than the other chapters, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Chapter 7, yeah, I'm excited. Chapter 7 is your most important account. Okay? So insecurities will destroy you, while confidence will take you to a level very few attain. Let's talk about the most important account you will ever manage. No, it's not your bank account. It's your confidence account. Everyone has something inside of them called their confidence account, and everything they've accomplished up to this point has been a result of that account. I bet you can't name a visionary or exceptional leader who lacks confidence. So where does confidence come from? It comes from self-esteem, and self-esteem comes from doing the things you know you should do when you know you should do them, whether you want to, whether you feel like it or not. Scott Peck, author of The Road Less Traveled, says, "Until you value yourself, you won't value your time. Until you value your time, you won't do anything with it." Confidence in yourself, in your abilities, and in your decision-making process are crucial components for achievement. How you respond to challenges and what you believe is possible is directly correlated to your confidence account. In this new economy, there is no job security anymore. The only job security you have is the confidence you have in yourself. It's your ability to figure things out and use your creative genius to seek the answers to all the problems that life throws at you. Most people are looking to outside circumstances for the answers and can't figure out why nothing is changing. You must change from the inside out, and that starts with self-confidence. Once you come from a place of confidence and develop the courage to take action on your dreams, you start to become more resourceful. The most confident leaders maximize their resources and can come into the same circumstances and same opportunities where others see only problems. Here are some of the common problems and excuses facing your young entrepreneurs, professionals, and business owners today. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough experience. I didn't get enough training. I don't have the right people. My people aren't motivated. I don't have the right tools or technology. I don't have the right plan. I don't like my boss. I don't have the right resources. I have personally seen these excuses ruin businesses, relationships, and bank accounts. The majority of people will say they don't have the resources. The resource belief structure keeps most people from ever leading, keeps them from earning six figures, and keeps them from building a world-class life and business. Leaders find a way to maximize whatever resources they have, and little as they may be, and they don't believe in limited resources. The ultimate resources are the feelings and emotions that make you resourceful. Tony Robbins says it perfectly. Resourcefulness, the ultimate resource. What are the internal emotions necessary in being resourceful? Confidence, vision, creativity, courage, determination, commitment, hunger, and ambition. These are the ultimate resources. If you don't have the money, but you are creative enough, can you find the money? Yes. With enough determination and commitment, you can make it work with few resources. The ultimate key is in internal emotions. What if I told you there was going to be a child who will be born in the South to a mom who is 14, and the mom will leave her shortly after? What is the future of that child? What if I told you that child will be sexually abused? I skipped too many pages, hold on. Sexually abused youth by family members and friends of family. By the time this child is 13, she's put in detention with other delinquents. What's the future for this child? Most people would say there is no future. What if I told you she got pregnant at 14 just like her mom, but worse, her baby was stillborn? What's the future for that child? That child was Oprah, one of the most resourceful people on the planet, and a self-made billionaire. Oprah's a leader who has maximized her resources. Some emotions inside of her womb not let her stop or settle. Now she calls all the shots. Welcome, Joel Burr. The answers are everywhere: the internet, the library, seminars, mentorship, and even local clubs or peer groups. If you have a conversation with anybody you consider successful, you'll discover they have confidence above the norm, not just in themselves, but in the people who surround them. Here's the catch: they continue displaying the confidence even when nothing is going their way. If you don't have confidence, you will always find a way to lose. Having unshakable confidence will keep you level-headed when nothing is going your way. There is nothing more powerful than self-confidence in multiplying your income by 2, by 3, by 5, and then by 10. Here's the scary part: you're either helping or hurting your confidence at all times. There is no in-between. So everything you do, every choice you make, every person you connect with, and every action you take either gets you closer to your goals or farther away. Society doesn't think like this, and most people don't think the small choices in the moment matter. They're all that matter, actually. Once you gain clarity on your goals, who you are, and why you're doing what you're doing, your confidence instantly increases. That's why clarity is the first must, and just by taking the action to read this book, you're building your confidence account. A lot of things can help make your confidence account stronger, and in turn increase other important accounts, including income, recognition, awards, happy relationships, progress, personal growth, etc. Before I give you my top 8 strategies for increasing your confidence account, I want to introduce to you the decision train. The decision train. I'm obsessed with figuring out what separates the most successful people from the majority. Most people in our society make their decisions based on their feelings. If they don't feel like working out, guess what? They don't work out. If they don't feel like waking up early, guess what? They don't wake up early. If they don't feel like getting their book done or doing their homework, they don't do it. They live their lives through feelings, emotions, and circumstances. In turn, they take a specific action or no action, and that's their final decision. That's how they live their lives. At the end of every feeling is nothing, but at the end of every principle is a promise. That's by Eric Thomas. Remember, if you want to be successful, look at what everybody else is doing and do the opposite. So here's what the 5% are doing. These are the people who are energized, have clarity, enjoy life, are experiencing financial freedom, and are living at a level 10. They flip the script and drive the decision train in reverse. While unsuccessful people base everything off their feelings, the 5% make decisions first regardless of how they feel. When they decide something, that's what they do, and it doesn't matter how they feel. So from their definite decision, they take action and they feel amazing afterwards. The decision train, and then it has a little chart. Most people, I'll just show you. There's a little chart there if you can see it. And then it says, one of the biggest ways to build your self-esteem is to do what you say you're going to do. Every time you say you're going to do something and don't do it, your confidence decreases. Successful people make a decision. I'm going to work out 5 times this week. During the week, if they don't feel like it, they pause briefly and tell themselves, I don't care how I feel. I'm a person of my word and I'm committed to working out 5 times this week. Successful people decide what they're going to do. They take action regardless of how they feel, and as an end result, feel exceptional because they followed through on their commitment. This builds their confidence, their respect, and their incomes by making a decision and seeing it through. It is an upward spiral from there. I've personally used this illustration for years, and it's made a massive difference in my confidence. This is a great activity to teach your sales team as well. Welcome, Robert. I'll be the first to admit I don't always feel like doing what needs to be done, but because I know it's part of my mission and it helps people, I do it anyway. Welcome, Michelle. I'm not perfect and still base certain things on my feelings, but it's a work in progress. When you make the decision first and follow through on that decision, you feel amazing. Doing this is not easy. If it were easy, then 95% would be doing it. You must focus on the rewards on the other side of the tough decisions. Visualize how good it's going to feel when you complete the activity you didn't feel like doing. Let's get into the 8 fail-proof ways to increase your confidence. Number 1 is choices. If every choice you make helps or hurts your confidence, you can't be careless. The choices you make you. Here's one of the most powerful questions you could ask yourself when it comes to confidence. Will this choice help or hurt my confidence? The person with the most confidence always wins, and nobody respects an insecure leader. Successful people make choices based on who they want to become versus feeling comfortable in the moment. One of the people who made a big impact early on in my life was Isaac Toplin. His entire company focused on two words: choose growth. You always have two choices, the hard choice and the easy choice. When you choose growth in the moment, your confidence account builds. I want you to start making decisions based on your standards and goals instead of on your emotions and feelings. It's tough at first, but well worth the confidence boost. Start small and continue making the tough choices until you see your confidence increase. Tony Robbins says it's in the moments of decision where your destiny is shaped. And then it says, what choices can you start making today that will increase your confidence account? So that's where action comes in. Write down what decisions today you can make that will increase your confidence account. Number 2 is challenges. The bigger the goals, the bigger the challenges. The moment you go after your biggest goals, obstacles will show up. They are there to test your character and faith and to see if you are serious about your goals. Think about this. If there were no challenges, all your goals and ambitions would be easy to attain. If it didn't take much work, everybody would be doing it. It also wouldn't be worth much. If it's easy, you don't want it. And if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. When I was in charge of building a sales organization, I often set goals I knew I could hit. It wasn't until I started setting bigger goals and I faced real challenges. The most challenging week we ever had was also the most rewarding because of the increased results. The sales reps who broke the records went through the most challenges. My cousin Ben got a full-ride scholarship to LSU and was fortunate enough to go to the Final Four in 2006. One of his teammates was at the time was Tyrus Thomas, who was the third pick in the 2006 NBA draft. I met Tyrus numerous times, and I will never forget the tattoo he had on the back of each arm. No struggle, no progress. Most people approach challenges with the wrong perspective, and in turn, once they find themselves in one, they let it lower their confidence. In actuality, going through a challenge should strengthen it, because you are gaining experience and a new perspective. Understanding that challenges are a good thing will not only build your confidence, but increase your awareness. It's not what you do when you're on the top that makes you a great leader. It's what you do when you're at the bottom that determines your real leadership ability. Do you really understand the importance of challenges? If you really want to strengthen your confidence account, don't wait on life to challenge you. Start challenging yourself. Like I said earlier, the only security you have is the confidence you have in yourself and your ability to make things happen. Job security is dead, and so is your future if you think you can find security in something besides yourself. Your adversity can be your average if your right perspective is adopted. All right. The moment I used adversity to my advantage, my career exploded. That was Eminem that said that. What challenges have you gone through that have made you stronger and shared your perspective? So again, this is another self-searching thing that you actually write down. What challenges have you gone through that have made you stronger and sharpened your perspective? All right. Now, number 3 is consistency. Consistency is all about character. Can you do what you say you're going to do? Have you developed an identity with yourself that whatever you say, your actions follow? People respect those who are consistent and stay the course regardless of what life throws at them. There have been numerous stories of athletes having an exceptional performance, but because it only happened once, their respect and credibility eventually dies down. Think about every achiever you respect. I'm guessing they've been very consistent in their life and career. The stop and start process is what kills progress in any pursuit. It is probably one of the greatest reasons people don't ultimately achieve their goals and end up living lives of discontent, frustration, and disappointment. Make a commitment to yourself right now that you will finish this book and use it to stay consistent throughout the year. When you stay consistent, you bring most powerful force to your side, and that's momentum. The 2 scariest things in life and business are 1, momentum, and 2, lack of momentum. In this society, consistency will give you a competitive edge and will keep you momentum on your side. More importantly, consistency will continually increase your confidence. And then it says, list these 3 things. What are 3 areas of your life that require more consistency? That's a self-awareness exercise. What are 3 areas of your life that require more consistency? The next one is, why do you need more Why do you need to be more consistent in those areas? And then the next one, what would your life look like in 6 months if you stayed consistent? Okay. Number 4 is repetition and deliberate practice. Deep daily practice is crucial to confidence. As a business person, you must practice. Excuse me. As a speaker, you must practice. As a sales professional, you must practice. If you work on your gifts, they will work for you. If your goal is to be a world-class leader, read everything you can on that subject. Every night before you go to sleep, watch your game tapes just like Kobe Bryant or LeBron James watch their game tapes after a game. Every single day, during your morning routine, practice. Take half an hour to write in your journal. Debrief on your day. Ask yourself questions like, how did I perform today? What can I do even better tomorrow? Practice every single day. Again, don't just go to work, but practice at getting better at what you do. Consciously challenge yourself. Come up with ways you can birth more value into the world tomorrow. Come up with ways you can do even more excellent. Like an elite athlete asks themselves, how can they be more excellent at their game? Ask yourself how you can be more excellent at what you do. Every single day you will get better, and eventually you will become an expert at what you do. Number 5 is courage. If you have big goals and dreams, don't expect others to follow you, because you'll represent the strength, courage, and vision they don't yet have. Are you doing things that scare you? Maybe this means to approach the business you are scared to talk to, or call the people you are nervous to call. Through personal experience, I've noticed that once you face your fears, they disappear. Once you act boldly, it makes it easier next time to make the tougher choice. Pretty soon, every choice you make will boost your confidence. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. And that is Michael Jordan. So, another exercise. What action have you been putting off that would change the game for you? What action have you been putting off that would change the game for you? All right, number 6, don't fear people. Stay fearless in everything you do. The reason most people don't take risks, live on the edge, or push the envelope is the fear of what others might think of them. If you want to live the life you truly deserve, one of significance and fulfillment, you must give up the need to be liked by everybody. Will Smith said, trying to get everybody to like you is the most common chosen road to mediocrity. Bill Cosby said, you can't please everybody, so don't even try. In fact, when you try, the one person you absolutely won't please is yourself. I don't know the exact key to success, but I do know the key to failure is trying to please everybody. If you can't say no a lot, you will never truly be happy or accomplish the vision you have for yourself. The more you fear people, the less effective you become as a leader. I missed a highlight this second. I want to come back and touch on that. So I'll take this moment. If you guys are just joining me, or forever who's new, we are in Chapter 7 of 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. We're almost through Chapter 7, so we'll be talking about it here shortly. Thank you for all of you who have shared. I keep looking down here thinking that's my camera. My camera's up here. I moved it higher. Thank you for everybody who's shared, and let's continue on. Number 7 is comparing yourself to others. The root of all misery is comparison, and if you're constantly comparing yourself to others, you'll always be miserable. This is a very common confidence killer and will definitely diminish yours. Never let others' opinions guide your choices. Stay true to yourself by tuning out the naysayers, and instead, tune into only the opinion that really matters. Your own beliefs and those who believe in you and encourage you. Deep down, you know yourself better than anybody else. You and only you are the best decision maker for your destiny. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. I've been working with a young woman for the past 10 months who came to me lacking clarity. She only had a couple of dollars in her bank account, lots of energy, and a desire to be the best. I rarely do one-on-one mentorship anymore, but I loved her ambition, so I decided to work with her. She wanted to be the best in her company, so she kept comparing herself to those on the company's national reports. I shared with her that becoming number one by comparing herself to others is futile. You might become number one, but it won't be as enjoyable, and you'll eventually burn yourself out. If you want to teach greatness and blow your competitors out of the water, you must focus on consistent progress and compare yourself to how you did the week before. When you make your comparison to the person in the mirror, you'll succeed every time. She's now the number one rep in the entire company and enjoying every step of the way. It worked for her, and it will work for you too. Your only competition will always be the person in the mirror. Number 8, confident people. Surround yourself with confident people. We'll talk more about this in the next chapter. Never forget, if you don't have confidence, you will always find a way to lose. Understanding the importance is one thing, but implementing the steps outlined here is where the real transformation lies. Nobody is born with confidence, but anybody can improve it. So don't say you lack confidence. We all lack confidence. We all have insecurities, doubts, and fears, but the goal is to do everything we can to lower our fears and doubts while increasing our confidence and skills. You do this by choosing growth in the moment and understanding that every choice you make either helps or hurts the most important account you have. The person with the most confidence wins. And that, my friends, is chapter 7. It's a little longer, but a lot in there. Has anybody thought of who wants to jump on here with me and discuss this? I'll look for a comment. Until then, let me go back, see who's all in here. And then I'll talk about it a little bit, and then I'll pull somebody on with me. I'm not used to having this camera this high up. It's kind of bugging me a little bit. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to go through the names, give a shout out for y'all being here. Lauren Harris, Akuchi, welcome guys. Barbara Pryor, Frank Sagasta, Deborah Anderson, welcome. Joseph Ortega, thanks for stopping in, Joseph. Susan Day, she was on with me last night. She's got an amazing story. She's got her book coming out. It's endorsed by Les Brown. Connect with her. I know it's going to be sold on Amazon. It's not out yet, though. We got Rhea, lovely Felix. Welcome, Rhea. Jocelyn, I assume. Welcome, Jocelyn. Jesus Ortiz, Heidi Wickham. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Thomas Hudson, Joel Burr, Jeremy Dolly, Mike Phillips, Robert Brooker, Michelle Wong. Thank you, everybody, for joining. All right. So let's discuss this, shall we? I know there's more of you. Sorry. There's a lot of you. Sherry, Shanaz, what's up, girl? Shanaz, you want to hop on here with me? Comment if you'll hop on here with me, Shanaz. All right, so some of the highlights that I have, they kind of stuck out to me. I want to try to get Shanaz on here. So if you know her, message her. First of all, I have highlighted insecurities will destroy you, while real confidence will take you to a level very few attain. I'll be honest with you, back in high school and stuff, I was a pretty confident guy, but I started losing my confidence the older I got. And after my marriage ended, it was before that, but especially after, my confidence was gone. I was victim mentality, it was gone. I had no confidence. So that's something I've actually been working to completely rebuild. And being in sales, when I worked for the marketing firm, is very important because that energy you transfer to the person you're talking to, right? Well, if you're just all bummed out and, no confidence, insecure, they're not going to buy from you. It creates skepticism, right? So in the sales world, lack of confidence creates skepticism, or who's going to buy for something they don't even, have confidence in what they have. But it became confidence in myself. I took this to a deeper level when I really did some self-evaluating, and any kind of confidence I had before was more false pride, if you will, because truly I had so much stuff buried that it was just ego kind of taken over. I'm finding a sincere, true confidence today that I never used to have. And even those that work closely with me, I'll speak of Michelle. Shout out to Michelle. She's one that when I started doing these lives, I'd always question myself. How'd I sound here? Was I just like, why am I even asking these questions? And she'd be like, Nick, shut up. You're great. Whatever, but like, I'm even working not to do that anymore. Like, there's a difference between critiquing because I can take that to the extreme and start beating up my confidence. Next thing you know, negative self-talk, creating negative actions and negative results. But I think, there's definitely a difference between arrogance and confidence, though. And I try to, I think standing in your truth is where you truly have that balance of, being humble and being confident, right? Then I bet you can't name a visionary, just a point, I bet you can't name a visionary or exceptional leader who lacks confidence, and it's true, I can't think of one. Welcome AJ Green. And Eve, welcome Eve. Let me see what Deborah wrote. You're so right on, Barbara. Thank you for sharing this, much appreciated. I tried to pull things out, but denial reigns. Interesting. Now I'm wondering what Barbara said. Deborah, what I have found about people who are arrogant and self-absorbed is that they actually do have the confidence in a certain area of their lives and overcompensate and pretend to be bigger than who they are. Confidence' true form always has a humbling side to it. What I've seen is if you got the core, I can't read the rest of that, unfortunately. It doesn't show me the full comment, dang. Anyway, so we all agree that confidence is important, right? And belief in your ability. I think you got to really, like we talked about in previous chapters, finding that clarity. Once you have that clarity, and then you start setting those little goals towards, what you want, it starts building. Little victories build confidence. Most people are looking to outside circumstances for the answers and can't figure out why nothing is changing. You must change from the inside out, and that starts with self-confidence. What's up, Lindsay? And this isn't just even in business. Like, everything starts from the inside. I'm big into the law of attraction, but even more than that. But the law of attraction, for instance, if you're familiar with the law of attraction, you would believe that what you think, you attract. So your thoughts become things, right? And knowing that, you would have to take accountability for everything in your life. Everything, your emotions, your past, your current situations. Your current situations being a result of your previous thoughts. But the amazing part about that is when you discover that, you now have the ability to change. You're now going to have the open-mindedness and willingness to change. When I first started accepting that everything that I was in, and then the downtimes, right, the challenges that we talk about being a good thing. Peter talks about being a good thing here in this book, and I agree with him. But those downtimes, the willingness to accept responsibility, opened a door to healing and to changing. And so, being at rock bottom, again, I wouldn't say this is the first time, but this last time being at rock bottom, each time I've been at rock bottom, my mind's opened a little bit more. I became a little bit more willing to change or to listen to change, even if it's something I didn't want to do. I became willing. And once I became willing, I suddenly felt a bit of confidence and a bit of faith, right? When I'm closed-minded, when I'm shut off, when I'm blaming others, when I'm making excuses, when, I'm not taking accountability, I'm not taking responsibility for anything. I'm not growing, I'm sinking. And I'm just going to keep going back to bottom, like an anchor at that point. And so, like, I think it's very important to swallow our pride and accept responsibility and make them change internally. How do we do that? Like, I have a wonderful set of friends that help me with that. But like, meditation, exploring new ways to to live, something that you may not have been familiar with, just being open-minded to change. But like, I think there's more to, and there's a lot more that I do than just one book to change, and that was through a lot of work on myself, writing stuff down and then burning it, but all that allowed me to change in business, in my life, in my personal relationships and everything, and it all matters, it all ties together. Shania said, not right now, sorry, okay. Welcome, Holly and BK and Dylan. All right, who wants to hop on here with me? Barbara says, I have work to do on not being afraid to admit to others when things change in my life because I am fearful of judgment. That tends to make me withdraw because I am looking to please all over staying grounded and transparent with myself. But I'm a work in progress. You know what? We are all a work in progress. So don't beat yourself up, obviously. But as far as you have work to do on not being afraid, fear was one of the big things I was starting to overcome. I didn't realize how much fear I actually had and let it control my life. But I made a decision a while back to start doing things that I always used to fear. So, like, as a kid, I always used to dream or have nightmares of falling off cliffs or falling off a mountain. And when we would go to Denver as kids, and we'd go through the mountains, I always felt like I always had a fear that our car was going to fall over. I always had a fear of falling. And maybe I died in my past life falling, I don't know. But so one of the things I want to do is go jump out of an airplane. And I've committed to that. I just haven't had the opportunity to do it yet. But I'm going to go skydiving. Why? Because I want to push my limits. I want to push where all those limited beliefs I carried before, I want to push through those. I want to break through those. In order to do that, I got to do it. And so what's the scariest thing as far as falling? Well, skydiving, right? When I made that commitment to do that within myself, the fear started slipping away and excitement started coming in. So just by making that decision, even though I haven't actually done it yet, no, when I'm on the plane, I'm sure I'll be scared shitless. I don't know. But I've heard it's pure bliss. Point is, when I made that commitment, something changed internally. It started internally. I made that commitment, but all of a sudden my fear started slipping away. And but I went rock climbing, and I fell in love with that instantly, and the fear of heights started slipping away. So what I do is, if something's constantly on my mind, I'm either gonna go do that if it's possible, or if it's not possible, what the hell am I feared about? Why am I afraid of it anyway? Like, why is it even consuming me, right? But like public, getting out in front of people, going live, believe it was a fear of mine. I mean, I actually enjoy doing this, but it's still scary at times, and putting yourself out there and talking about my story to everybody, But you know what? If I'm standing in my truth, what's there to be afraid of? I think the worst that could happen is somebody says something and makes fun of me, and my feeling would get hurt if I allowed it. That's the worst I think that could happen. But think of what good could happen. Somebody could, it could help somebody. And so I would risk all day long the ability to help somebody, then my feelings get hurt. So like when I'm really boiling down on my decision making, what is my real motive on why I don't want to act? Like, I'm breaking down why I don't, and trying to figure out what it is that's holding me back. What is that fear? I at least acknowledge it so I can push through it, because F that. Why let a fear hold me back? F that. Fear and faith both take my imagination. They're both my imagination. They're both, so I'm going to create a life of fear or faith. If I have the one of faith, chances are I'm going to get the life that I want. If I let fear stop me, I'm just always going to be, it's both my imagination, and with the law of attraction, what I think I become. I create. Thoughts become things. So I'm going to get what I don't want because I fear it, or I'm going to get what I want because I have faith in it, that I can achieve it. faith in myself. So it's just reverse. And I think in positive affirmations and speaking positive affirmations in the mirror really started helping me. Man, when I first looked in the mirror, it was the weirdest damn thing. It was like I was looking at somebody else. I realized at that point, like, there is definitely, this is going to come off differently, but like almost like there's two of us, there's my body and then my inner being. When I'm looking in the mirror, it's almost like my inner being looking at the physical form of me. It's weird for me. But anyway, I started doing that. Next thing you know, okay, I'm just talking to myself, right? It's normal. But it was weird at first. It was really weird. But it really helped me. It really, really helped me. I remember going back all the way to this kid. I always used to look in the mirror. I thought I was a pretty good looking kid. I would always look in the mirror at myself. I'd make sure my hair is, right. And that was me. But I remember enjoying that. Like, I felt good about myself when I looked in the mirror. What's wrong with that? Like, I used to get made fun of for that. All the time. All the time. Like, why? I can look good in the mirror and feel good about myself? What is that to be? No, hell yeah. Do that. I started doing that. I started building my confidence. I hit the live, hello Travis. I hit the live button, and go live, and I get positive feedback, and I create awesome connections with awesome relationships. If I were to let fear stop me, I would be sinking. Guaranteed it. Because my next decision, I would let fear stop me. It just becomes that habit of fear stopping you, and so I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm going for what I want. You can join me too. Let's see. Deborah says, welcome Travis, welcome Dwayne, welcome DJ. Robert says, I went live with a coochie tonight. I don't know how inspirational I was, but I know I got some laughs. I should give anybody hope. Laughs is always good. Deborah said, you're awesome, Nick. I appreciate you as well, Akuchi. Thanks, Barbara, for all your input. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Deborah. I think you're awesome as well. Barbara said, Nick, I was so in need of this tonight. Law of Attraction brought me to the show tonight. I'm glad you're here, Barbara. Definitely glad you're here. All right, so I'm going to go back through some. Does anybody want to come on here with me? I'm going to send an invite. We'll see who accepts it. I want a guest on here with me tonight. I mean, I don't need one, but it'd be nice to have somebody to talk to. So feel free to come on here with me. Let's see, I'm just going to send a random invite. Lauren Harris, do you want to come on here? What's up, Eileen? Okay. So the next thing that I have highlighted, kind of a talking point, leaders find a way to maximize whatever resources they have, as little as they may be, and they don't believe in limited resources. So we're talking about having a limited mindset versus one of abundance. Kind of what I relate to that a little bit is when I first... So I'm in network marketing. And when I first started really networking with others, and a lot of people are in different companies, I'd be like, oh, I can't have them as a friend. Then they're going to go through all my friends list and just take all my prospects. That wouldn't be good. We couldn't have that, right? And then I realized, wait a minute. That's the wrong mindset. Put yourself in a good place. Bring value to others, and realize that there's millions of people out there. 2 or 3 people on my friends list is not going to change that. Point is, like, I learned that it's better to just build relationships with everybody, and then promote the industry, and which is what I started to do. There's enough people out there. Like, it doesn't, what's meant for me will not miss me. And if I believe that, I believe that for others as well. Michelle says, hey, Willie. What's up, Will? Ted, welcome. Melanie, welcome. But yeah, have a mindset of abundance. Let go of limits. The only limit you have is the one you create in your head. See what else I got here. What's up, Rachel? Does anybody want to come on? Michelle Wong, I'm going to pull you on here. Miss Michelle. Let's see. You're either helping or hurting your confidence at all times. There is no in between. The importance of knowing that every decision you make is either helping you or hurting you. So don't be a lazy thinker, or as Peter says, where does he say that? Well, anyway, don't be a lazy thinker. And I feel like, he talks about, most people base their decision on feelings. I know what he's talking about there, but I could mix that up a little bit, because I think that emotions are indicators. Your thoughts create your emotions. Your emotions are the vibrations you send out, or the frequency that you're on. And you got to be on the right frequency to receive what's in your vortex, right? So, I think your emotions matter. So if I'm feeling, okay, so if I have this decision to make, and I've weighed the pros and cons, and I'm feeling negative about it or something, it's like my intuition's telling me no, I'm gonna follow that. Because we have a guidance system. So I think what he's talking about is, people, most of the time it's negative emotions they're making. They get pissed off and they act out on it. And then that's a mistake, right? But also, like how he described, is I don't want to do this. Get out of bed and I'm really comfortable. Well, it's not really going against your guidance system. That's just being lazy, right? So, definitely a difference there. Travis says, limits keep you limited, no limit keeps you growing, absolutely. I've been experiencing a lot lately, anything's possible, truly. Little minor miracles have been happening in my life every day, and I'm able to see them today, because I'm staying grateful for what I have and making use of what I have. He talks about being resourceful. Well, Peter sends me a book, and how do I read? To me it was a gift. I was very grateful for that. So being resourceful, right? Well, I'm going to take this tool that he gave me, share it with others, implement it, but also connect with him and have him come on Facebook Live and do an interview with me. That didn't take any money. That took my phone, having a Facebook account, making use of the Facebook account I have with my phone, and not being scared to put myself out there, or be rejected, So we all have something around us that we can make use of to better our day. Obviously I have a long way to go. I have a long way to go with this. I'm not Peter Voogd, but I'm where I'm at, and I'm growing every day because I'm making it a point to grow every day. I'm taking this information, I'm doing the best I can to implement it. I'm finding a lot of areas where I could improve on, but it's good. And I know, again, he talked about comparing yourself to others. I used to do that. I stopped doing that. Stop doing that. Everybody's got a different life. We all have a different path. We've all gone through different shit. We all have our own time. I used to be afraid to start because I was at the bottom. No, that's dumb. That's silly. If I don't start, I'm always going to be at the bottom. Right? I'm scared of joining this business because Joe Blow over there said they tried it and they sucked it. Well, what was Joe Blow's mindset like? What was his attitude? Probably as shitty as the one you're bringing to me. So is that the business, or is that Joe Blow? I think that's Joe Blow's mindset. So also be careful who you listen to, right? It matters. If it's working for all these people, instead of looking for the reasons why it didn't work, look at the ones that it did work for and do what they did. It's a real simple concept, right? What's up, Lucy Davis? Start, learn, and share for others to create happiness. Absolutely. Um, absolutely. All right. I'm at 50 minutes. I usually do these. I do these for an hour. I was going to pull on a guest, but I'll just talk a little more. You guys don't mind listening to me talk, do you? He says, remember, if you want to be successful, look at what everybody else is doing and do the opposite. And then he tells us what the others are doing. Buy this book, guys. Go to Amazon. 6 Months to Six Figures by Peter Voogd. Go to Amazon. Buy this book and work it. There are other good books out there, too. I will be reading Charles Stecker's next, which I got to think of the title. Sorry, Charles. I'll figure it out. But let's go on. One of the biggest ways to build your self-esteem is to do what you say you're going to do. Every time you say you're going to do something, and every time you're going to say you're going to do something and don't do it, your confidence decreases. So, whoops. Sorry about that. My phone dropped. So not keeping your word. Wow, that looked crazy. Not keeping your word doesn't just hurt other people. Doesn't just waste other people's time. It hurts you. Hurts your confidence. You know. So, just kind of like stealing. Stealing, you think it doesn't hurt you. If they don't find out, it does hurt you. It hurts your confidence. So, always do the next right thing. I'm actually, let's see. I got a little time, and I'm going to send an invite to Michelle Wong. We'll get her on here. She'll talk to me. Nope, I can't. All right. So does anybody have any comments, questions for me? Anything you want me to hit on? Everybody enjoying the book? A smile can create an attraction of happiness for someone's day that has been very bad. Facts. It's true. It's absolutely true. When you're going into a grocery store and you're going through the checkout, you have the opportunity to make somebody's day, to affect somebody's life. And I think that's, when we talk about leadership, I don't think you should just talk in the business sense. I think all in life, be the example everywhere you are. Yep, confidence leads you to a better self. Was Mart? Wow, I don't know what that means. Was Mart. Okay. Walmart. Gotcha. Yeah, definitely Walmart. Well, I don't know, them greeters seem pretty happy. I'll tell you what, I worked inside a Walmart, not for a Walmart, but I saw on DirecTV and CenturyLink inside a Walmart. And as a matter of fact, I have one employee that worked in the Walmart I was in. He's actually watching this right now. He actually had a good attitude, but there was a lot of those employees that you heard a lot of complaining. You had a lot of opportunity to lift spirits inside of Walmart. Customers, employees, a lot of complaining. But what's up, Butterchino? But that's where I take. I don't I try not to let those energies bring me down. If I'm around it too long, it will. So I have to remove myself. But yeah. No, I mean, even if we be a leader everywhere. There's going to be bad attitudes out there. Be the one that changes that for somebody. Definitely. I don't know what got me off on that, though. So, I have this whole paragraph highlighted. It says, are you doing things that scare you? Maybe this means to approach the business you are scared to talk to, or to call the people you are nervous to call. Through personal experience, I've noticed that once you face your fears, they disappear. Once you act boldly, it makes it easier next time to make the tougher choice. Pretty soon, every choice you make will boost your confidence. I kind of already touched on that, actually, with facing your fears. But I still, to this day, get nervous when I have certain calls to make or messaging with certain people, or, been in sales for a while, and I still, approaching some people at sometimes is, I grew up with a real bad fear of rejection, but I've really kind of overcome that. Doing door-to-door sales would kind of get you over that. I enjoyed that. Travis says honesty leads to success, and I would say integrity leads. Definitely, integrity is everything. Everything. Don't fear people. The reason most people take risks, live on the edge, or push the envelope is fear of what others might think of them. When I first started this live reading, I wasn't afraid, because it just kind of came to me. The inspiration to do this just kind of came to me. But I asked myself, I wonder what other people will think. Just nobody's gonna want to watch me just sit there and read. And then I'm like, who cares? Do it anyway. And so I just immediately followed through with my inspired thought, became inspired action, and I've had great feedback, and this is like great. I'm getting ready to have Peter Voogd on live with me. Don't let fear hold you back. I'm telling you. Robert says he used to have fear of rejection too, but I keep on asking those girls out indeed. You know what I had? Shout out to Gary Cure, my friend from Denver. Gary Cure he stayed with me and my roommate for 2 weeks, and this was within the first year of my separation, and I at this time I was still nervous to approach girls. I mean, I'd been in a relationship for 12 years. And he taught me a few tricks, but he told me just treat all the girls like dudes, just like you're talking to a dude. Don't put any expectations on it. As a matter of fact, when you start the conversation, get their number, walk away, go to the next. And it was a practice, and no offense to you ladies out there, but I'd pick the hottest one in the bar or wherever we were, and I'd go talk to her. I'd just overcome that fear, the hottest girl in the bar, hottest whatever. And I would try to make that point whatever. It was my perception on who I thought. But who I had at a higher level, and I made that point to go up, break the ice. And at first, I did it right in front of him, and I got up there and I froze. And we walked away, and he made fun of me a little bit. But he had to break me through to build that confidence. And I started doing that, and it started working. And that confidence started creating results. But it took the action to build my confidence. Welcome, Chantel. Good evening. I had to act my way to being confident. I had to actually set the goals, tell myself what I was going to do, act on it. Who cares if I got rejected? Do it anyway, and just build that confidence of not giving a shit. Once I didn't give a shit, and then I could approach anybody I want without care. And if I don't care, suddenly I found out, well, that's attractive to people. So, the same approach in life. And whether it comes to some famous author or president of the United States, whatever, they're just another person. And I tell myself they're just another person. And that's the way I'm going to treat them. And it took me a little bit to get to that point. It really did. I would put people on pedestals, and then not only that, they didn't deserve to be on a pedestal a lot of times. That just means I think less of myself. And we're talking about confidence. So stop putting other people on pedestals. Put yourself on the pedestal, not egotistically, but lift yourself up instead of always. When you lift yourself up, you're going to lift others up too. So that's important. Welcome, Nubia. Let's see here. Yeah, that's basically all my highlighted areas. Robert says, you may notice I use that word often indeed. Hee hee. Yeah, I love that word. Definitely. All right. So what did you guys think of chapter 7? Did you enjoy it? We're about halfway through the book. And I cannot wait to, again, I'm working this book. It's not, somebody asked in the last live if this was the first personal development book I've read, and it's absolutely not. But it's the first one I'm reading with this Facebook live show. And if I'm reading and putting my time into a book, I'm going to utilize it, especially if I know it's good. And I follow Peter, and he's phenomenal. And he's a great teacher, awesome human being. Why wouldn't I do what it says? I'm not where Peter's at yet. So I'm working the book as actually working it, not just reading it. So I highly recommend anybody out there that wants to improve themselves to purchase this book, even if you've read another personal development book. You get a different perspective from each person. There are different stories, different insights. Still, reading Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and How to Win Friends and Influence People. I was halfway through, but I kind of pushed that off right now. I'm doing this book and Think and Grow Rich. I read something out of that every day. Missy says, came in late, so I can't comment. What's up, Marty Norman? Robert grabbed it last night. Awesome. Indeed. Miguel Gomez, what's up? Butter Chino says, what up, bro? That's a touching paragraph. That's all true. Ask the hard questions. That's how you kill deals, brother. Damn right. Robert says, my mornings are spent motivating my wife and dropping love bombs in the comments. Awesome. Oh, got a little notification come up there. All right. What's up, brother? Marty Norman's got a lot of fire. That guy's got a lot of energy. I love it. Love watching his life. So, before, anybody want to hop on here with me? I'm giving you a last chance. We're out an hour, but I will go a little longer. If somebody wants to come on and talk to me for 5-10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Marty, you want to jump on here? Comment yes if you do. So yeah. Whoops. That's the second time that has happened. I don't like this new stand I got up here. It's facing downward and kind of falling over. Sorry about that. Well, again, guys, thank you for being here with me tonight. Chapter 8 is tomorrow. I will have my kids, so I might have distractions. We'll see. If you haven't shared this out yet, I'd greatly appreciate it if you'd share this out to groups. Invite your friends. I have this all uploading to my YouTube as well. So I will drop a link to my YouTube channel. It'd be great. He's in bed. All right, cool. Yeah, definitely come on another time. I'll drop the link to my YouTube channel. It'd be awesome if you'd subscribe. You can also watch all my episodes on there. I've actually kind of edited the beginning, so shorten them up just a little bit. But yeah, I guess with that, I'll go ahead and wrap this up this evening. Thank you again for all the love you guys pour out every day and your support. I appreciate it. And message me if you have any questions, want to talk. If you want an opportunity outside of your normal 9 to 5, message me. I have something that I could share with you. I look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow night. Again, thank you for the shares, the hearts, the loves, for sharing your time with me. And have a wonderful night. Namaste, my friends. Good night.